Hi everyone, welcome again to part 2 of my sleeve gastrectomy troubleshooting series. My name is Zoe from livingwithasleeve.com and I'm excited to be talking to you today about eating and drinking at the same time. I would love to hear how you got on with last week's try this at home tip, and if you'd like to email me and let me know how you're going, I would be really stoked to hear from you and see if what we sort of suggested is making a difference to you and the comfort that you feel with your sleeve. So there was quite a lot in the video last time, so really just a little bit of a recap. We were talking about eating habits, and one of the things I spoke about was try not to eat and drink at the same time. It's one of the most common things that I get asked is why can't I eat and drink at the same time? It doesn't make sense to people. There is one main reason for this rule, and that main reason is that there is just not enough room. Okay, if you eat and drink at the same time, you're not going to be able to eat as much as you would have been able to if you weren't eating and drinking at the same time. So you might actually find that you're not getting in the nutrients that you need, and you might find that you're getting more hungry sooner after your meal and snacking more in between meals, and therefore eating more over the day than you would otherwise. So that may potentially impact on your weight loss results. If you drink after you've eaten, you will make yourself sick. So I always visualize it as having a water bottle. So if you have a water bottle and you put it under the tap, and then you fill it all the way to the top, and then you put it under the tap again and you try and put more water in it, the only place for it to go is back up. And that is exactly what will happen to you. And I'm sure, no doubt, quite a few of you have made that mistake once or twice as well. So what should you do instead? Okay, there is a few different things. The main thing is that you need to think about your fluid over the entire day. So I need you to be managing your drinks and sipping consistently throughout the day in between your meals so that you're fully hydrated, and then you're not sort of really thirsty after you've eaten or during your meal. I want you to leave about 15 to 20 minutes before you eat, and then about 20 to 30 minutes after you eat, where you do not have a drink. Okay? If you what that will do is it will actually give the water or the fluid that's in your stomach enough time to empty, and that'll mean that you have enough room for your meal when you stop that sort of drinking before your meals. After your meals, it will mean that you've got enough time for some of your meal to start digesting and go through into the small intestine, so you'll have a little bit more room there about 20 to 30 minutes after a meal for a drink that you won't have had straight after you've finished eating your meal. If you're out, this can be a little bit tricky because it's part of our culture to have, a glass of wine with your dinner. One of the things that I find works the best, that people have experimented with and told me works the best, is to have, when you first get to a restaurant, order a glass of wine or champagne, whatever it might be, a beer, whatever your choice, and have that there. Drink until you order your meal. When you order your meal, stop drinking, eat your meal. By the time your meal gets there, it will have enough time for that drink to have gone through a bit so that you'll have room for your meal. Then you can eat your meal and then move forward, leaving about 20 to 30 minutes and then picking up your drink again. It might be that you have the rest of your glass of wine while everybody else is having dessert at the table if you just don't have room for it. That seems to be a reasonably good rule of thumb, is leaving that drink sitting there. Often people don't even notice that you're not drinking as long as you have a drink at the table, but you leave it sitting there and stop drinking as soon as you order your meal. Okay? I would love for you to let me know how you go with this. try it at home. Do try this at home. Please let me know. Send me an email back to any of the emails I've sent you, or email me at zoe@zoewilsonnutrition.com, and just let me know how you go with it. I would really love your feedback and see if it's helped, made you feel a bit more comfortable. Next week we are looking at eating out, and so that sort of follows on from that tip about eating and drinking at the same time, but we'll be talking about the best things to choose, the best sort of restaurants to go to, how to manage that social situation when you're not eating or drinking very much, and hopefully make it a much easier and smoother and more relaxed experience for you.